There is a question, and this is, I see this quite often. Somebody just asked about, is it worth sort of maintaining a blog while you're doing your research? And I think people have sometimes mixed feelings about, should they be sort of public, on Twitter or writing a blog, or should they kind of sort of more stay anonymous? So what are some of your thoughts on that, about blogging or tweeting during your research? Arathi, have you got any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant idea to be active on social media, or for example on Twitter or LinkedIn, or to have your own blog. Because I also read a couple of articles that if you're blogging during your PhD period, that actually makes you pretty good at writing scientific articles. Because sometimes it's nice to take a break from all the technical writing, but it's important because you are putting an image of yourself out there even before you reach a stage where you actually physically apply for the job. So there was a question on when is the right time to apply for the job, but there is also a big element on how you prepare yourself and how you make that image of yourself. So if you go to a conference, then you meet someone, you add that person on LinkedIn, you maintain that relationship, you maintain that network that you have by tweeting something that you think is relevant, or you post articles on LinkedIn. It's a very good way to get noticed, not only for yourself, but also for the work that you're doing. It's a very good way of promoting yourself.
Yeah, I think it's one thing I always think is that while you're a PhD or a postdoc, maybe you might have a profile on the university, on your department's website or web page. But of course, when you come to leave academia, taken down. So actually, you need some way of putting yourself into the public domain. So, for instance, having your own blog is good, and having a LinkedIn profile as well is also key to sort of maintaining that sort of visible presence. Yeah, is that something you've done, Pablo? Did you do that as
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, since I moved to online marketing, I started in the transition phase to become more active on social media. And I don't have a personal blog, but I think especially being on Twitter for me was very helpful to network, and also to find out about job opportunities that are out there. So I definitely recommend it. I think, and I mean, you have to be aware of the fact that if you apply for a job, at some point, the employer is going to Google you. So it's important. I mean, it kind of depends on what type you are. If you don't feel comfortable being on social media, I don't think you have to be. But I think it's important to sort of, everyone kind of Googles themselves once in a while. So it's important to try and be in control of what shows up there when, and be aware of the fact that employers are going to Google you, and they're going to try to find out stuff about you. So I try to be proactive about that, and try to be in control of the image that you have online. So yeah.
And just to add to that, I think most employers will definitely look on LinkedIn. So I would strongly advise you to get a LinkedIn profile, to keep it up to date, to get recommendations on the LinkedIn profile. And also, before you go for an interview, for example, look at the interviewers' profiles. It gives you information on their background that can be important. But LinkedIn is the resource that a lot of recruiters will use. So make sure you've got a very strong profile on there.
Fantastic. Well, thanks for that.